All right, welcome back to the channel. Here we are at Snow Mountain, round 3 leaderboard. Snow Mountain is round 3. You have DC Fire. They shot 10 under and 8 under. They're 18 under through the first 2 days. Today's is individual 4-man team. So the best score from that 4-man team is what you shoot that hole. So we're team number 2, me and Tim with 2 other Syracuse guys. -6 and -8, 14 under, we're 4 strokes back. And there you see 13 under, the other Syracuse, 13 under, 10 under, and 9 under. So there's where we are heading into individual play. And this front 9 here is a treat for you. What Tim, I'm gonna spoil a little bit of it for you here with this panoramic look here. But Tim does some special things on this front 9. Anyway, take care. All right, folks, welcome back to the channel. Captain Steve Pope here, Kansas City, Kansas Fire Department, Firefighter Golf, and the First Responder Golf Foundation. Out here in the U.S. and Canadian Professional Firefighters Tournament. Day 3, this is the individual team play, so best ball for the 4 players. And this will be part 1, holes 8 through 16. And just out here networking with this tournament, try to help them grow, as well as the channel, and hopefully we can partner, keep doing these things to help each other out. But anyway, I think we're in 2nd place at 14 under. We're 4 strokes behind a team from Washington DC Fire Department, and I'm playing with the Syracuse Firefighters. Tim is the host. I'm playing with him, so let's see how we can do today. And all he's worried about is beating the Syracuse teams, so let's see what we can do otherwise. Anyway, stay self-aware. Love you all here at the snow course at Paiute. Beautiful, beautiful place, as you saw in the panoramic that I did there. All right, take care, love you all. All right, hole 8. We've started on a par 3, all 3 rounds. This is the way the course falls. They started us on hole 8 for some reason. Tim's the host, and they should have started him on hole 1 is where he wanted it. 163 to this par 3. We've started on a par 3 every. There I am talking about it. All right, I'm gonna go with. All right, I'm gonna lead the way because Tim was talking to the guys about some stuff with the tournament. Oh, and a skinny old miss there. And it goes right in that bunker. Great. Ain't this fucking one. Well, it's driving range pro today. Here goes Jeff. Strong lefty. And he says here he towed that a little bit. He ended up in the bunker with me. Right out over the toe. All right, here's Tim. Skinny one as well. All right, here's the speed over to the bunker. Jeff goes first here. Pretty good shot by him coming in. I'd take that from that distance, and in the wind, good shot. Very nice. So Tim was over here to the right, which would be the left of the green, and here I hit it through, and it spun. It stopped just off screen there. But here's Tim's shot coming in from off the camera. There's the ball. Go ahead! That's how you start with your beer, Miller Lite! Miller Lite birdie sip! So on the way drive down to that... You guys saw that roll in here? My partner with the birdie chip in. Yeah, so the birdie sip, he joked... Don't need to hit now. He joked about taking a sip of his beer. Right there. So we call it the birdie sip because he needed that little sip.
All right, brother, that's how we get started, guys.
Yep. All right, what a way to start. All right, hole 9. Beautiful with Mount Charleston in the background, the clubhouse in the background, around the water as you see there. 399 yards from the yellow tees.
Oh, turtle.
Turtle is the tee box markers. So yellow tees, so it'd be 1 up from the tips. Tim thought he got it into the water here, but he came up short of it.
I think you're gonna be okay. That trap? Over it? I think it's around the trap. Okay. Wow, that was awful. Jeez.
So this wind,
Oh, it's pretty fuck up.
listen to me here.
Wind's gonna be a factor today, folks.
Yes,
Just a bit.
it's 25 mile an hour plus. All right, nice little cut with the wind here.
Thank you.
And there's Eddie joining our group today. Matt was with us the first 2 days. You see him in that video, so I'll show some of Eddie's shots. So Eddie, I think the first round of the tournament, holed out for an eagle on a par 4, so that won him big skin money. So 102 yards here. We have music playing for copyright reasons. I have to mute it and play this music over it, and then with my voiceover. But it's downwind. And here's where it ends up. I'll show here in a second. All right, so there you see it's about probably a 5 or 6 footer. There's Eddie's putt. Kind of gives me a read a little bit. And I'll unmute when that music's not loud and YouTube won't pick up that copyrighted music. Because I like to hear the sounds with the wind and just the ball being hit. Didn't hit that one.
To waste one of those, but guess what? Probably later in the round, I'll make a long putt for par that we need, or a long birdie putt. So things even themselves out usually.
All right, hole 10, around this water. This was downwind, so I was afraid of hitting it too far to the right there, as you see on this tee shot coming up.
Hole 10, 3,
Look at that,
1.
beautiful.
You got the water in that bunker to contend with, and a little cape hole.
Man, just a beautiful setting out here, like 25 minutes north of the strip, north and west, like you're going to Reno. All right, Tim with a good shot here. I'd been hitting the cut the whole time, the last couple rounds I should say. So this round 2 and then this one, yep, come over the top with it a little bit.
It hit on land first though.
It hit the grass and kicked left, and it looked like it might have trickled into the rocks.
Yep, it hit the land, then trickled left into the rocks. So
Our guy's birdie 10.
there's Tim saying our guys birdied this hole. So me to even hit and try for a par is worthless. So
All right, for all my firefighter brothers at this tournament that are going to watch this, because we posted it to the Facebook page, this channel, and my mission is trying to bring awareness to mental health for us first responders. It's a serious thing. In Kansas City, Kansas, we've had 2 die by suicide over the last 4 years, and I'm sure it's the same across the country and other departments. So anyway, trying to bring awareness to what this job can do to you mentally, and how I use the game of golf to decompress and try to overcome it. But I've learned to be self-aware of the stresses that are coming on me. I know my jaw tightens up, and you know, there's a lot of other things I can go on and on about in this little spill, but it's mainly just about bringing awareness and how I use the game of golf, and how the foundation that I started is able to pay for first responders to get out on the golf course. So contact me if you'd like to play, and we'll try to set something up where I can come get you and your brothers and sisters out on the golf course. All right, take care, love y'all. All right, our guy's birdie 10, so I'm not filming my shots. I hit in the water off the tee, so.
just showing Tim here just to get a putt and feel. Even though our guys birdied, we're still playing for pace of play reasons and just stuff like that. But there he is. He's hot.
Good job, Tim. All right, Timmy's on fire early on. Let's see if I can get it going.
All right, hole 11 here. If I remember right, I wasn't comfortable with this tee shot. You'll see the way it looks from the tee box. It just visually just wasn't there for me. There's the yardage, but it was straight into the wind, so it was easily playing 600 yards or more. And as you see, it's a kind of desert cape hole, so it all goes left pretty good. as you saw with the flyover, but there's the visual. I just wasn't comfortable with this tee ball.
All right, this hole's a beast. It's into the wind. About 569, so easily playing 600, 620. And the winds are supposed to be steady like this the whole day. Definitely gonna be a factor.
So Tim's ball here ended up in the desert. So I didn't film a lot of his other shots. And here I am over the top again a little bit there. Probably stopped my hips there, I don't know. Anyway, mine survived. It's in the rough. Eddie with a good drive here.
That'll play nicely.
All right, there's where mine ended up. So what you can't tell is the ball is below my feet. So to get down to this one, it was kind of tough. And I skinnied it up there, and it's in play. It's in the fairway. Just didn't hit it great.
All right, not the greatest strikes, but it's in play. Probably gonna have 160 or so.
And
all right, wind is in our face, to the left, downhill at least to this pin and green. About 174.
man, look at that wind whipping that flag there in that last shot. So as you can see, the ball's above my feet. I thought this thing was going to come left for me, and I swiped across it, and it stayed straightish and a weak hit. That's what I love about this game. You know, you got stances and stuff. You just don't feel comfortable, and you're trying to overcome it mentally. It's just a great game, man. I love it.
Here's where my swipey 6-iron ended up, and that's the look I got coming in. Got to get this close for a par attempt.
Tell me if you like the speed up stuff to into the shot. I like doing it because you can see the background and everything, showcasing a golf course. Gives you time to look at things instead of just shot to shot to shot. That gets boring in my opinion. So just anyway, make comments what you think. Here's Tim's short game again.
Man, Tim's short game is fucking gorgeous.
Look at that, ran it up there.
He's staying hot, folks.
Tap in 2-footer.
All right, Tim's staying hot. That was within gimme range. Good job, brother. These are hot, man. Two desert balls.
Yeah, Tim hit 2 balls in the desert. Punched the other one out to where you just saw him chip from, and then chipped it close for the par. So, man, he's carrying the team as far as there's the 2 of us. And here's a 409-yard par 4 downhill.
334, you know, as the crow flies.
So yeah, it's 334 yards straight that way instead of playing like around the desert.
Wind's blowing the camera, sorry.
It's the length I mentioned. So here's Tim first.
Carry that bunker.
I'd say if I was to rate the courses, my favorite is the Wolf,
Looks like it went in it.
then the Sun, and then the Snow. But they're all wonderful tracks, so. So I didn't go over the top on this one and draw it. I was afraid this one was gonna be gonorrhea. That's a bad golf disease.
That ball's perfect.
But you'll see here.
All right, so right now Tim's carrying us. We are 2 under as our twosome, all Tim. You know, he made a par putt when I missed that birdie putt, so you know he's playing good right now. But as a team, with the 4, I think we're 2 because we birdied one of the same holes they did. So 2 under there. And my ball here, I'm looking on this hole. I survived. I found the green grass. So.
All right, there it is.
126 to this pin placement, and it's downwind.
So 126 to that pin placement I was saying there, and it's downwind. And I put the poop emoji on that swing because that was a shit swing, didn't fire anything, and it caused the pull.
Today, partner, right now.
And then, look at that that skinny one across the green. So there's the poop emoji again.
All right, here's my partner Timmy.
Tim putt for his
Carrying the
birdie.
team.
He was in the bunker and got it to here. And here it comes.
Look at this guy. Great pace.
Great pace, downwind putt.
Good job.
All right, thanks to Tim for carrying this. So hole 13. This is a short one here, so you can see there's fairway on the left side, but from the tee box you'll see you really can't see that unless you've played there before. And I hadn't played there in so many years, I didn't feel comfortable with this tee shot, so I made sure I went out to the right, as you'll see here coming up. And it's uphill too, so a little bit further than, but you'll see where my ball ended up right there.
My ball's down there.
I would have made the green. I would have carried it
with this pin
to that
I
fairway.
might have got there if I got online. I'm waiting to film Timmy. Keep it hot, partner. Looking pretty good. All right, he's got a putt for birdie.
Such a great voice. Good morning. Welcome to class.
Stop. Thank you. Get it? It's H-O-double-T.
That was straight in there. Pour it in, it's good. What the fuck?
My man Tim remaining hot. I'm gonna put 2 tees on that one. Wow. So my birdie putt meant nothing.
All right, hole 14. This one was into the wind that I'm recalling. So yeah, some tough holes into the wind today, at this day, I should say. Timmy thought he was gonna cut that in there and it just stopped moving, and the wind was going a little left too, with the into our face. So as you'll see here, I think I had the 6-iron there, and then I went to the 5. And I'm set up to try to cut this, and no. Nope. Lovely. All right, here's Tim's chip. My ball went in the desert behind me here, and there's no reason for me. I couldn't find it for one, so I was out of the hole. And here's Tim's putt for par, because I think the guys in front of us bogeyed, our team in front of us. So clutch putt.
Partner!
Clutch putt.
I know. Wonderful. Loving watching it.
Yeah, just showing some footage of the tournament guys behind us. Playing that hole we just played. All right, hole 15. It's a longish par 4 from our tees that we were playing, so kind of uphill a little bit the whole way. Not much, but
Do it.
Timmy's saying we got to get some birdies there. I thought I had his recorded, but I didn't. He had a good one out in the fairway. Here's Eddie.
Good ball.
Hit a good one. Very nice. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the world. I mean, Army golf left and right. No help to Tim.
All right, I got lucky. Must have hit off this hill.
Yeah, I must have hit off the desert slope, and there's where it ended up. I got to help Tim out here.
158 to this pin.
There, I just said 158 to that pin, and you'll see where it's at here with the graphic coming up. Trying to take my time and get a little more feel. Finally made a good swing on something. But you'll see here, there's what ended up. So a good spot. We're gonna watch Tim putt here first.
Ended up. There's mine. Good shots here. We got 2 good birdie looks.
I'm still gonna do a little voiceover because of the wind, but you can't see Tim's the hole on Tim's putt. But so yeah, his went to the left at the end, and I watched that go by, and I'm thinking, with the wind and everything, that it wasn't going to go that way early on. So anyway, that's golf. There's the wind blowing. It took that ball right away. All right, hole 16. This is a wicked par 3, and it's the last hole of this front 9 video, or this 9-hole segment of this video.
Beautiful golf hole here. 182, it's saying to the middle.
182. And there you go. Beautiful. There's Tim. He's 3 under coming into this hole. And splash. Wow, he had it going, man. Yeah, the wind didn't bring it enough. It's not in a bad spot.
All right, our guys parred this in front of us, 2 groups in front of us, so I got to try to chip mine in. It's just over the green to the right.
All right, you heard me.
All right, here's what I got. I got to chip this in for birdie because our guys already did. So I'm just going to put it right here, and you guys can see it.
All right, yeah, so our guys got par. There was a bunker right behind me, so I had to put the pin there, and there you see the ball. Yeah, not a good chip.
All right, our guys got the par in front of us, so move on. All right, folks, thanks for watching this 9-hole segment of the U.S. and Canadian Professional Firefighters Tournament. We, as a total 4-man team, were 3 under until he dunked it in the water on 16. He was 3 under on his own ball. So he got up and down from the drop area for the bogey. So, wow, he's playing wonderful. It's fun to watch. It's fun playing with these guys and getting the new firefighters from across this country. So same problems when we talk, same problems we have in Kansas City, Kansas, as far as firefighters go, with administration, with the city fighting for raises. So anyway, solidarity, brothers. All right, love you all. Stay self-aware. All right, folks, as I sit here and edit the final video from the Vegas tournament, the U.S. and Canadian Professional Firefighters Tournament out at Paiute, I'm going to be showing you the round 3 leaderboard. This is the back 9 version, the last 9 holes, I should say. You'll be seeing the leaderboard and where we stood at the start of round 3. And I think we were 3 under on that first 9 holes, and we'll see how we finish on this other 9 holes. See if we can catch. We were 4 strokes behind, as you can see. So hopefully we can catch the DC boys in front of us. But anyway, thanks to Tim for letting me be on his team, because I was going to play the individual, but it was nice to be able to play with him and meet a lot of those Syracuse firefighters and the Prince George guys that we played with. So yeah, because in this tournament you play with 2 other guys from another department, because 1, you get brotherhood, camaraderie, and 2, you help stop the cheating that could happen with a 4-person scramble. So today, in this video that you're going to see, it is individual play, then it's the best ball with those 4 players. So let's see how we do, and I hope you have enjoyed these Paiute videos. So I've enjoyed editing them, and I have to do a voiceover because we played music and enjoyed ourselves while we're out there. So anyway, hope you enjoy the final 9 holes of the U.S. and Canadian Firefighters Golf Tournament.
All right, hole 17 starts us off on this final 9 holes. Par 5, 509 yards, as you can see there. We play the yellow tees. I like the bunkering there. You can hear the wind there. I kept that in just for a little bit.
driver. You're on. You're in play.
Tim did a little grunt there.
Stretch it out. Stretch it out.
I don't know what Eddie's looking for there, fish or something maybe. All right. Not a bad drive there.
Okay, good. Now reach down, folks.
Different angle for Tim's shot there. Just like to showcase the course with different angles, almost like you're there.
41. A little bit uphill, but.
It was either 231 or 241 or 221, you're gonna hear me say. Anyway, it was a long way in, kind of uphill, and the wind was hurting. Hit it solid, just I had left spin on it, so it didn't come back to the right enough.
All right. It's up there.
But it's in a good spot. So our guys in front of us birdied. So I'm trying for the chip in eagle here, pitch. And look at the views though. Look at those mountains back there. Gorgeous, gorgeous spot for golf courses. So there's the eagle chip. Didn't throw it high enough. Probably didn't have the distance either. But anyway, there is that hole. And as a total team,
Front birdied.
there we go.
So I had to try to chip that in. Positive, positive, positive for me. Moving forward, I hope. So here we go.
But anyway, yeah, we're sitting at like 4 under as a team, I believe. It's hard to keep track of it all when we're hearing from our guys. There are 2 groups in front of us. But anyway, hole 18, man, beautiful clubhouse in the background there, and it wraps around the water a little bit there.
All right, beautiful finish on hole at this course. When you start from hole 1, unlike us, hole 8. Beautiful clubhouse. Pete die, normal 18th hole.
All right, back to the action. Yeah, with this swing, I wasn't having anything to do with that water left. So this ends up in an awkward spot.
No, I wasn't going left.
And there I am saying, I know I wasn't going left, but anyway, I just wanted to show a different angle of Eddie and Tim's tee balls to come here. And again, showcasing the course. But here's where I ended up.
All right, I got me a shot here, folks. Look at this. Pete die, you Richard. Anyway, update you. The guys in front of us parred the hole. And they sent a text to Tim, said, hit it in the waste bunker left near the water. Hit it in the bunker right of the green. Hit it over the green, then chipped in for the par. So I don't care how you get it done. I have to go for the birdie now, so let's see what I can do.
All right, Tim using his driver off the rough. Because we can play the ball up in these tournaments for pace of play, reason mainly, and just their rules.
All right, folks, let's make something miraculous happen here.
All right, I'm gonna try to make something miraculous happen. So, I'm aimed pretty far right here, but you know, I thought it was a 4-iron. I thought this stance would make it go a little more left for me. Plus, I was worried about that water. So,
It's out there.
and knowing our guys had already parred, I
Towards the bunker.
wasn't playing conservative.
I thought that slope would help me a little bit, but then it wind grabbed it.
All right, there's another view. Getting those boys driving up. Gorgeous.
All right, I'm in the bunker. Here's what I got. Got to hold it out. We're in for par as a team.
Yep, gonna have to try to hold this out. And no.
Release.
That sand went right back in my face.
All right, just short of the green, so I'm just gonna pick it up. We're in for par.
You heard me there. All right, here's Jeff's putt for birdie, I believe.
Come on, ball.
And you would think with the wind like it is, and it's downhillish, that, anyway. Here's Tim's putt for the birdie or par, I can't remember. Either way, we're in for par as a team. And here we are, hole 1. So if you're playing this course the regular you know, starting on hole 1. It's a pretty friendly opening hole, in my opinion, as far as you know, like a welcome handshake.
All right, 347 downhill.
All right, I'm saying it's 347. It's downhill.
Not really downwind. It's helping, but
It's helping to the left. The wind there is. You can see the flag down there, barely moving, or barely. It's not barely moving, but you can barely see the flag. All right, here's Jeff's drive. Beautiful drive, beautiful drive.
I don't want to hit that one again.
hell no. Can we shamble from there? Can we invoke that rule right now? Everyone gets to play from Jeff's ball.
Yeah, I'd rather play from Jeff's ball there. Here's Eddie's tee shot. I believe it ended up all right for him.
Did you make it over the hill? I couldn't tell. I think it's short of it. I don't know if it bounced out of the desert. That's what I think the hard bounce was.
All right. So Tim lost his right,
Keep trying to draw.
and you'll see where his tee shot, his tee shot ended up.
I'm not Jeff fine, but I'm just fine.
But there's where Tim ended up, and he liked standing on the carpet. He didn't want to be up on that slope, so
Good looking shot here.
Tim hit a good shot here into the
Short green,
front
good.
part of this green.
Good swing out of that.
All right. I think I had like 110 yards or so. Just let the wind bring it left for me. Tim couldn't see it, so he was wondering where it was at. So fix your divots, folks. Fix your divots. All right, Tim's putt here. This is for his par. That kind of gave me an idea what it might do, but man, the wind is playing havoc on the putts. There's another birdie putt for Jeff that either lips out or just looks in the hole. He couldn't, the whole week, he really couldn't get a putt to fall. He was there all 3 rounds. So this is a long clip, and the reason I keep it in here is just you can see my shorts and my shirt just pushed into me. Look at that. It's just, I knew that this putt was one for me to get my mindset going, but important for the team. So I just took my time and regrouped. I could have edited this all out, but I thought I'd put that in there for. There we go. Look at the wind take it at the end when it lost its pace.
Hey, I've contributed 2 of the last 3 holes. What do you know? That's golf. Beautiful game. Beautiful resort, golf courses. Thanks to Tim for setting all this up. Syracuse hosting it. So, all right, on to hole number 2.
All right, hole 2. As you can see there, it's got 2 fairways. That bunker splits it. And yeah, it's just one of those holes that if you haven't played here before, you just really don't feel comfortable over the tee ball. That's what I love about golf is they use those visuals, deception bunkers, mounding, whatever, to mess with you visually. And wonderful game. Here's Tim's tee ball. He hit a good one here, out in the right fairway. And then here's mine. Popped up and out of that one, hit that one skinny and low. Got away with it.
All right, there she is. Looking to a 175 to the middle.
So 175 to the middle. And I didn't zoom back out to get the shot tracer in on this one. And I hit it fat. That ball above my feet.
Seems to be short.
It's short, as you'll see here shortly.
All right, here's what I got. Couldn't hit that thing above my feet like that.
All right, finally coming up with a good pitch and run shot there. So that was into pretty much give me length.
No birdie, but we secured the par. And now Tim can fight for his birdie here.
And here's Tim's birdie coming down the hill. Nope. Anyway, we secured the par there. There's Jeff is again. That was a good putt. That was a hard putt. A little bit of break there to it, but still a great putt. Here we go, hole 3, par 5. Downhill, downwind. It's a reachable, even though it's 539 from the yellow, it's reachable.
All right, we got a beautiful par 5 here, 539 yards.
Here we are with the zoom, trying to get all the way into the.
Played here forever, so I think
You can see the green there, a little left. There we go. Right there. So it's got to clear that bunker, and you're in a good spot to attack this green. Well, there's a good drive by Tim. Frees me up because I know he's going to be able to lay up to a yardage he wants. But I have this tripod and camera sitting on the higher tee behind us, and gives us a good perspective of the mountains and everything in the background. But mine made it over the bunker, and it's in the fairway. Here comes Eddie's shot. He hit a good one. And here comes Big T Jeff. Yep, bam. He waved at my ball when it flew by.
Jeff, you built a Scooters coffee shop between me and your ball. Good drive, brother.
Thank you.
But doing this panoramic scan to show you the course, I'm talking there a little bit, saying that, when you're playing golf, just take in those views and enjoy while you're out there in nature. But the music's playing, cart's right there to our left, so 220 yards clear of the water, 242 to the pin, as you can read there. So I had the 4-iron.
I got a 4-iron now.
And you're going to see me go back to the cart and grab the 5. Now, grabbing the 5 might have made me swing too hard right there like that. And I pulled it left, it's over the water, and it skims through that bunker, and you'll see where.
All right, tried to swing a little too hard there, but I got over the water, so let's see if I can get it close for birdie.
All right, I asked him there his yardage. He's 108, he said. Do a little zoom in here without the shot tracer. See how I do. What do you think? Anyway, you can see the ball on the left there.
All right, it popped out of the bunker. Here's what I got for my eagle chip. The wind died down. Son of a fuck!
All right, they sent the military out to come get me because of that shitty putting and shitty chip there. But here's the chip for possible birdie. Yep, I had to try to go for it. I tried. What else can you do? A little F word there for good measure. All right, hole 4 here. This hole was brutal. It's into the wind. 154, but it was probably playing 184, if not more.
All right, 165. Beautiful golf hole, as you can see over the water.
Railroad tie bunkers there. Nice looking.
Hit the wind. Woo! All right, folks. These fellows are in front of us. Shane, what department?
Newport, Rhode Island, baby.
First hole in one.
First hole in one.
All right, where were you guys from? Tell me.
Newport, Rhode Island. Newport, Rhode
Oh, you
Island.
guys?
Yeah.
Local Canadian. You guys experienced it together. Love it.
Hole in one right here. Hole in one. This guy got a hole in one.
All right, Shane.
Yeah.
Shane, what club did you hit?
A 7.
7 from 165 into the wind.
There it is.
Beautiful. All right, guys, love it.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
So here's my crappy shot into the water. But what was cool about that, Tim and I went ahead and ran ahead real quick. There's for good measure the club coming back and hit me when I tossed it down. But Tim pulled his left. But those guys celebrate in front of us. Tim being the host, we went up there to write it down what they did and where they're from. And
all right, so our teammates in front of us, they bogeyed. We bogeyed that par. So we bogeyed that par 3. What's disappointing is that par 5, we were both right there to birdie it, especially me with the chip, and we don't. So that's like giving away 2 strokes in this tournament, in my opinion. So we just got to battle the rest of the way. That was a tough par 3, and those guys getting that hole-in-one in front of us, that was amazing because that pin placement was tough. Sorry I didn't showcase that par 3 enough with me hitting in the water, but anyway, beautiful place. Let me look at this panorama.
so the talk with Tim and I in the cart is that we're letting this tournament slide away, out of our grasp. We felt like, you know, with the wind conditions the way we, especially Tim on that first 9 holes, go back and watch that video, by the way. He was 3 under through 8 holes on his own ball. That we were, again, letting it slip away from us a little bit. All right, good drive here. Eddie with a good drive. But it's a beast of a hole into the wind. So 213-yard 4-iron. And I'll be honest, I do remember this shot. I was never comfortable with it and didn't finish the swing, and there she went, Colonel way right. A little army golf there. So I end up in the desert.
Falling apart, folks. This wind's brutal. Can't keep it together. I think Tim's, well, I think he found it, so he needs to, because it might not be findable up here. Oh.
All right, I got about 60-some yards, I think, maybe.
Got about 60 yards.
Yeah, I just said it, 60 yards there. You know, luckily this time of year in October when we were there, I mean, the rattlesnakes might be out, but I'll be honest with you, I was looking for them.
Caught a rock.
I was looking for any critters out there.
Oh, caught a rock. I was trying to punch it. I almost hit it really low.
Here's Tim's shot.
Man,
this
Tim's
is his
coming
3rd
through,
shot
looking
there.
to go.
He found his over in the desert left.
Oh, right by the hole. Good run, brother. All right, guys, at least I'm showcasing the golf course the best I can. Heck, if I was filming all my shots, you'd see the whole golf course. So Tim pitched that one close, man. His short game's good. And I can only imagine how good he was when he's, say, my age at 52. So it's a joy to be playing with him, Jeff, all 3 days, and then now Eddie, but Matt the 2 days before that. So I've enjoyed the time with these brothers. And hey, I used to get really pissed with the way I'm playing. Yeah, you've seen some of the little bit of frustration with me, but man, it would be really bad back in the days when I didn't understand what the allostatic load of stress was doing to me, especially in a game that I love, let alone what I was doing to my family with yelling at them and taking things out on them for no effing reason. So that's what this channel is about, is try to let people know that there's probably something taking you over, stress from your job and life, and it's changing you. And because it was changing me, and I didn't freaking like it. So anyway.
All right, 2 more holes left in this segment of the video of the tournament, but 2 holes left in the whole tournament. Par 5. You would think 508 yards, this is gettable hole. The wind's blowing hard to the right. And my dumb ass didn't compensate. And this ends up in the desert and we can't find it. So I'm in my pocket again. Here's Tim's 3rd shot.
All right, good shot, good birdie opportunity.
Yep, giving us a good birdie opportunity there. Just past the hole. As you can see there, driving up. This is Jeff's Eagle chip. Yeah, so if Jeff was right there, if I kept it in play, I would have a chance to be up there somewhere near the green. But yeah, he pitches it by the hole too far. This is his birdie putt. And again, watch. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Birdie opportunity for Tim. It sure looks like it wants to come more at the end, or the whole way, really.
That sure looked like it broke more than that from my side. Gosh darn it. All right, partner, kept us with a par on this hole because I've been playing like crap these last 3 or 4 holes. I think I've been in my pocket 3 times.
All right, last hole of the tournament. So I wish I would have remembered this hole or knew kind of where the sight lines were. There wasn't much room to miss right of that green, so Tim was safe, but I think I played it too safe. As you'll see where this ball ends up, it's a good drive. And you'll see where it ends up that I probably could have tried to go for the green with those wind conditions.
All right, folks, get a good drive here. Here's my look. See what we can do.
Yes, this pin was sitting back up on a little tier back there, and then I just jab, pitch, chip at it.
Right, that's perfect.
If I aim for the right, it was the right distance, but that pull. Here's Tim's attempt for, I can't remember what it was for, but either way. My attempt for birdie coming up. And I was putting into that wind, and I didn't hit it, but there's the par on the final hole. All right, I wanted to show this graphic again. We started 4 strokes back from DC Fire, leading the way there at 18 under, and we were 14 under. So the reason I'm showing that is because here's the graphic I'm going to show you. And ta-da! So we got the win. And here comes the next graphic. We shot 6 under. They only shot 1 under, which allowed us to get the victory. It's pretty special because Tim told me he had finished second 10 times in this tournament. This is like the 30th year he's been coming and doing this, whether it's on the East Coast or whether they take it to Vegas, wherever it might be. But that's pretty special. It was my first time in this tournament, and to experience that with Tim, allowing me to record for the mission and to help push people to maybe follow their tournament and play in it, because it's about brotherhood and golf and having a good time. So anyway, thanks to them. Anyway, love you all. Stay self-aware.